Hi, I'm Andy from Particle Components. Today I'm going to show you how to install some of the accessories I make for the Wattbike Atom. Specifically, these are the accessories that fit on the front of the bike, replacing this small blanking plate that's found by the handlebar sliding mechanism. They all install the same way. Today I'm going to show you how to install the USB ports, but you could apply the same instructions to, for example, the Wahoo or Garmin out front adapter I make, or any other product that fits to this part of the bike. I've taken the TT bars off my bike. It makes it easier to film, but you can make the same changes with the TT bars still on. To install the products, you will need a 6mm Allen key, a 5mm Allen key, a 3mm Allen key, and depending on your atom, you might find you need a 2.5mm Allen key. I'll cover that in the instructions later. Before we get going, it's important to make a note you've got the handlebars set to, because you're going to mess with this. I've put a sticker on mine so I can't get it wrong, but as long as you've made a note, you'll be fine. Okay, to get started, we're going to lift the handlebars as high as they'll go. This just makes it easier to work the stem area. You could also lift the whole handlebar assembly off the bike and take it somewhere else, like your kitchen table. That would also make it really easy to work on. If you're leaving it on the bike like I am, I recommend you take some sort of cloth like a sock or any tea towel. I've got a microfiber cloth here, and literally we're just going to jam that down the little gap at the front of the bike that's just the right size for nuts and bolts to fall in. We don't want anything that we take off the atom to fall inside. Cool. The next thing we need to do is we need to reduce the tension in the handlebar fore-aft slider. I've got this handy tool-free, easy adjuster handle that I sell on my website, which makes it really straightforward to loosen the fore-aft adjuster, just enough so the tension's taken out of it. If you haven't got this accessory, that's fine. You can just use a 5mm Allen key. Okay, so we've now got the tension out of this, and we can now proceed to undo the clamping mechanism at the front of the stem. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is there's an Allen bolt in the front of this clamp that needs to be removed. And we do that using a 6mm Allen key. Just insert it up in here, find the hex head. Can be a bit tricky. There we go. And then we can undo that. Now, my bolts are quite easy to undo these days because I've done this quite a few times. But you might find them a little harder to get loose. Just go careful. We don't want to strip these bolts. Use good quality tools, and yeah, and just go slow and steady. It'd be a real pain if you did round out this bolt. Cool. So then we're able to remove the big chunky Allen bolt that's in there. Next up, we grab a smaller Allen key. Now, this is where your experience may vary. I have 2.5mm Allen bolt in there, and I've got 2.5mm Allen key here, and I can get that in there, and it goes up the same hole as the big one came out of, and I'm able to remove it. Now, some people have reported their atoms have come with a 3mm hex bolt, which is also fine. Just you might need to try a few different Allen keys to work out which one can get your bolt. So you go, you can see it's quite a small little Allen bolt that lives up there, and that's what holds the blanking plate in place. Okay, so we can put that somewhere safe, and we can grab our new accessory. So I've got the USB ports here, and they just install in exactly the same place that the blanking plate has just come out of. Now, they do come with their own Allen bolt. That's just in case you happen to have lost yours during the installation process. You can reuse the same one that came with your atom, or you can use the one that I provide. They should be identical. Okay, so we're now going to take our Allen bolt on our Allen key, and we're going to insert it up the same hole that the other one came out of, and we're gonna maybe just give it a little jiggle and get that tightened up. Now this bolt doesn't need to be done up very tight. It's just there to stop the accessory sliding off the front of the bike. So just very simple finger tights, absolutely fine. We can then take our big bolt that we took out, and again, we're going to insert that straight back up the hole that it came out of originally and get that tightened up. Now this one we do want to tighten up pretty tight. If you remember when we took it off, it was pretty tight, so we're going to use the long end of the Allen key and get that relatively tight. Okay, so that's now all back in place. We can tighten up the handlebar fore aft. Again, I'm using the handle, but you can use a 5mm Allen key. Get that nice and tight. Take your sock out. Drop the handlebars down to your favourite position. And now we've got a new shiny accessory installed and we're ready to ride. Please do check out particlecomponents.com for other accessories I make for the Atom, and enjoy riding.